Alrighty, this is my new student dialogue. My name is Key Barkley, Key Alexander Barkley, actually. I'm a freshman here, obviously, because I'm taking this course. And I attended the new student dialogue Crossing Borders. It, uh, it had to do with like stereotypes and the effects of stereotypes on how people think of each other and what we can do to think in a way that doesn't doesn't use stereotypes and kind of like a non-judgmental uh, a way of thinking, way of seeing other people. I feel like we really did achieve pretty good dialogue. Um, I felt like people were very comfortable with voicing their opinions. Uh, there, pretty much everybody talked. We did this little icebreaker kind of thing where it kind of showed how all of us were connected in a way, and that works by something like uh, you said something that you've done out of the country, and if somebody else has done something like it, they go up and link arms with them, and then they say something that they've done out of the country, and whoever like has done something like that, they go up and link arms with them. So at the end, we're all linked up and really showed how close we are together, even though, or how closely related we are to each other, even though we're all very different people. So that was really cool. Um, there were there were some active voices in our dialogue. Uh, it was it wasn't it was let me think. It was a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to think. Uh, yeah, there were several active voices. People really just spoke their minds. I mean, uh, it sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Um, but yeah, there were some active voices, I'd say. Um, there were some leaders in the pack, and there were some followers, but pretty much everybody was talking. There were reserved voices in the dialogue, people who weren't really comfortable with the whole situation. Uh, just being able to openly talk about these things, because we'd all just we no nobody knew each other, so that's understandable. But it was cool though. Most people were open about everything. What role did I play in my group? I I put in some input. I wasn't one of the most talkative people in there, but I also did not shy away from the conversation. Talked a good bit, shared my opinions about the whole idea of stereotypes and the whole crossing borders idea. So I feel like I did pretty well with that. Um, why do I think dialogue is a component of Library 100? I think it's important that we were forced to do something like this because it really kind of made us go outside of our comfort zones and kind of forced us to talk about these types of things with completely new people. Because I feel like if we had the choice, we wouldn't have done this. I definitely would not have done this if it was optional. Um, but that's kind of the whole point. Uh, I'm thinking, but yeah, it's I think it's a pretty good component. It's a little, I don't know. It kind of lasted a little too long. They kind of, I don't know, but it's an important component, and I feel like we learned a lot from it. Learned how to speak in that type of forum. Do I see it as a useful tool in my university experience? Uh, when I in 4 years when I walk across the stage, I'm probably not gonna think back to the day when I took my new student dialogue. So it's probably not. What I'm trying to say is it's not like that important, but you know, it was it wasn't too bad, and I feel like we learned a little bit, but I don't think it's nearly as valuable as the classes we were taking. Uh, I mean, but I feel like for the time being, it kind of helped a little bit, I'd say. But yeah, we enjoyed it. There was a cool video that our facilitators showed us. Uh, it was about this uh, African girl who had grown up in Africa, and she uh, came over to college in the States, and she and her roommate. She told a story about how her roommate uh, wasn't judgmental in a negative way, but she kind of assumed things about uh, her African roommate, which weren't really true at all, and uh, so yeah, that was cool to hear from that, and yeah, it wasn't too bad, not too bad at all. I'm trying to figure out what else I should say in this thing. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of glad I got it over with because I wasn't like dreading it or anything, but I'm pretty busy with a lot of other things. Um, yeah, can't remember the names of our TAs or whatever you call them, but they were nice. They seemed pretty into it. Um, hmm. But yep, I think we did achieve some good dialogue though. We all pretty much agreed that it's a bad thing to judge people just by stereotypes, and talked about the different types of stereotypes, and uh, you know kind of made us realize uh, the type of diversity that we're all now in. Like we just came from high school where we went to school with a lot of people that were like us, but now like we're in college and it's a whole melting pot. So I think the crossing borders one is a really good one for our situation right now. But yeah, I can't say that I enjoyed it, but I think for the time being, it's well, actually, it probably is not going to help us out too much, uh, but yeah, that's those are my reflective ideas about my new student dialogue experience. Thanks for watching.